All right, you made the screen recording of your 8-measure melody. You've gone ahead and submitted that through Canvas, and you're ready to move on to the next step, which is orchestrating your melody and starting to turn it into a full piece of music. This is good. This is where it starts to pick up. Your creativity starts to get going and moving. So the first thing we want to do when we start this is we've got this. We want to go ahead and leave this on. By the way, your files may look different. Here in GarageBand, you may have other files here, but you want to make sure that you have the one that's just the melody like this. We always want to keep that. As we go forward, you might start working, orchestrating, and you get at a certain point you don't like it, and you want to come back. So you always want to keep a fresh, clean version. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate your melody and start turning that into the piece. To do that, I'm going to tap and hold on the file. I get a bunch of options. One of them is duplicate. So I'll go ahead and tap that, and right away the second melody pops out. Now, at this point, you don't have to do this right away. You might want to start working with it, and a name will come to you, but you want to name your composition. Well, I know that loop that I picked, that remix air slicer, the one I'm going to start my orchestration with, it's kind of a dancey thing. So I think about my title for a while, and I decide that I'm going to rename this. I'm going to leave it named first of my last name, and I'm going to call it Dancing at Home, in honor of us dancing and being here at home like that. So I've got Stevie S melody and Dancing at Home, and I'm ready to start orchestrating this one. I'm going to go ahead and tap on this and open it up. And right now it's almost exactly the same. It still just looks like the 8-measure melody, but here's where we're going to start turning this into our full piece. Now, when I push play, right, and I start getting the melody, if you think about a piece of music or a song, a lot of times the melody doesn't come in right away. It doesn't just start with the melody. A lot of times there's an introduction, and then there's an ending. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to add 2 sections to our composition. We're going to add a space for an introduction and a space for an ending. I'm going to come up here just under the question mark. There's this plus sign. I'm going to go ahead and tap on that plus, and it's going to open up the song sections dialog box. Right now I have one section. Section A, that's my melody with 8 bars. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add 2 sections, a B section and a C section, just like that. And you can see behind it, I've got the sections. Here's my A section, here's the B, and here's the C. And right now, they're all 8 measures or 8 bars long. I'm going to turn the B section into a 4-bar introduction and the C section into a 2-bar ending. So I'll come to the blue I on the B section right next to where it says 8 bars. I'll tap that. We said we're going to make that 4, so I'll drop that down to 4, and then I'll tap the back key here. Then I said I wanted to make the C section a 2-bar ending. So again, tap the blue I, drop that down to 2, just like that, and hit back. And let's take a look. So now I know I've got the A section for my melody, B section is going to be my intro, C section is going to be my ending. The last thing I need to do is line them up in order, because right now they're out of order, right? It goes melody, intro, ending. So I'll come up here and I'll tap on Edit. And then all I have to do, and if you know how Apple stuff works, you just tap and hold or press down on those 3 lines on the B section. It'll raise up, and I just drag it right up above. So now I've got B, A, C, 4, 8, 2, or introduction, melody, ending. I'll choose done from right up here. And then we have one important step, and this one gets a lot of people all the time. I want to make sure that I tap this all sections where it says right here. You'll see it highlights gray. Once I've done that, I'm just going to tap anywhere out here in the open space. And look what you see here, right? We've got our melody line, but look what I've created. I've got 4 bars of open space, then my melody comes in, and then 2 bars like this. I'm ready to go. Well, now it's time to get out that loop that we had found, right? So I open it up. Remember, I had favorited that loop, so I'll go ahead and tap the heart from it, and there it is, Remix Air Slicer. All right, so we'll tap that. Now watch this. All I'm going to do is tap and hold on that loop, and I'm going to drag it down here, put it in, and it automatically creates a second track right underneath it, runs underneath the entire thing. Let's give this a listen, see how it sounds. Loop there, ready to go. That's my intro. My melody's ready to come in. Here we go. Good boy. Let me stop that. That sounds kind of dumb, doesn't it? I mean, you've got this sort of dancey synthesizer going and then this grand piano right here. Well, I have 2 choices, right? I can find a new loop that matches the grand piano, but I don't want to do that. I like the Remix Air Slicer 04. So what I'm going to do is at this point in your orchestration, you can move away from the grand piano. I can start to find a new instrument to play my melody, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and double tap on the instrument here. Actually, no, not that. I double tap on the instrument here, bring that up, and right away here where it shows this piano, I'm going to tap on this. Oh, here we go. Look at this. I've got all kinds of instruments that I can use. I've got synthesizers, pads. If I tap on other, here's a list of all kinds of guitars and band instruments and string instruments. This is awesome. So again, I'm going to fast forward things a little bit, and I'm going to go to Synth Leads right here. And the easiest way I find to do this, and I'm going to choose Done for a second. I'm going to rewind this. I'm going to start it playing. And I'm going to open this up so I can just kind of experiment around and try some different instruments. Good, but maybe what I can do, and you know, it's close to what I want, but I want to change it a little bit. So I'm going to use these different controllers right here. Again, ready? Change like that, and I move it all around, and I get that all set just the way I like it, the instrument that I want. I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to tap the track view, and let's see what that looks like. And now, sure enough, it's changed that. And look at that. It's even two synthesizers that match each other. And I think that sounds like it goes together a lot better. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that is certainly much better than the piano. Once you've gotten to that step, you're good. And remember, in these demos, I fast forward a lot of things. You're going to want to experiment around and listen and set. Once you get there, that's good. I'm going to stop this video here, and then in the next video, I'm going to introduce smart instruments to you, and we're going to talk about how to even add more to your orchestration.